For 250 years, the American sailors answered the call to serve. Before our nation was born, there were those who dared to sail beyond the horizon to secure our freedom and security. As the United States Navy celebrates its 250th birthday, we look back on a history that spans from our seas to our skies. A legacy forged in sacrifice and carried forward by those who understand it is not about oneself, but about one's country. Within these hallowed grounds, Arlington National Cemetery, we honor those who have served and continue to serve with honor, courage, and commitment.
Sailor John Follen stood watch during the American Revolution. The only known Revolutionary War sailor buried at Arlington, he reminds us that naval service is as old as our nation itself.
Though their names may be forgotten, their duty inspires us. The unknown sailors of the War of 1812 rest in Section 1, eternally guarding our shores in silent honor.
Captain Oscar C. Badger, a graduate of the United States Naval Academy, served in the Mexican-American War as a midshipman aboard the Mississippi, participating in the 1847 expedition that captured Alvarado, Mexico. He retired as a Commodore before commanding the Boston Navy Yard and was honored with 2 Navy ships named in his honor.
During the Civil War, Admiral David Dixon Porter provided significant service to the U.S. Navy. He commanded a relief vessel bound for Fort Pickens at the beginning of the war, later commanded the Mississippi Squadron, led the naval assets during the Red River Campaign, and finally concluded his service with the conquest of Fort Fisher in 1865. After the war, he became Commandant of the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, where he instituted several significant reforms.
The sinking of the USS Maine, with its tragic loss of life and its role as the catalyst for the opening of the Spanish-American War, became a defining moment in our nation's history. In Section 24, here at Arlington National Cemetery, its fallen sailors, many of whom are unknown, are honored for their sacrifice.
During the Spanish-American War and the Philippine-American War, Chief Nurse Esther Voorhees Hassan served as a civilian contract nurse for the Army. In 1908, she became one of the first 20 women in the U.S. Navy Nurse Corps and served as the first superintendent. Her service helped establish a legacy of care and courage.
Captain Joy Bright Hancock served in the Navy during both World Wars and retired in June 1953. From her start as one of the first enlisted women in the Navy during World War I to her contributions to the 1948 Women's Armed Services Integration Act, she played a key role in integrating women into the service.
Mess Attendant 3rd Class David Walker was among the sailors who perished aboard the USS California during the attack on Pearl Harbor. After remaining unidentified for 80 years, he was finally brought home to rest with honor.
Navy Lieutenant John F. Kennedy survived having his patrol boat rammed by a Japanese destroyer in World War II. He then led his surviving crew on a 3.5-mile swim to a South Pacific island until they were rescued. He later became our 35th President of the United States. And just to my right is the memorial marker of Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., a World War II Navy pilot who was killed in an accident over the English Channel on August 12, 1944, and posthumously awarded the Navy Cross.
Vice Admiral Hyman Rickover, known as the father of the nuclear navy, crafted a vision that built a fleet still enduring into the 21st century.
Captain John Young, a Navy test pilot and Korean War veteran, joined NASA's second astronaut group in 1962. Known as an astronaut's astronaut, he held a 42-year career with NASA, the longest in its history, flying in space 6 times, traveling to the moon twice, and walking on the moon as Apollo 16 commander in 1972.
During the Vietnam War, Hospital Corpsman 3rd Class Wayne Maurice Caron displayed extraordinary heroism when his company came under heavy fire. Despite repeatedly exposing himself to the enemy, resulting in multiple wounds, Caron rushed into the fray to aid his wounded comrades. He saved lives before being fatally struck in an attempt to save another. His courage and selfless dedication to uphold the highest traditions of the U.S. Naval Service led him to receiving the Medal of Honor.
They flew together in Desert Storm and gave their lives together. Lieutenant Patrick Connor rests here at Arlington, while his wingman, Lieutenant Commander Barry Cook, is honored with the memorial stone. Side by side in spirit, their bond of duty endures, both honored and remembered in these hallowed grounds.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Francis Toner IV heroically gave his life defending others in Afghanistan. He was honored with the Silver Star, the Purple Heart, and the Bronze Star with Valor, recognizing his unwavering courage under fire and his deep love for his country.
For 250 years, America's Navy has defended freedom across the globe. 250 years anchored in honor, legacy, and service. I stand at the very heart of Arlington National Cemetery. Here at the Memorial Amphitheater are 14 inscriptions listing the name of notable U.S. Navy commanders who served between the American Revolution and the Spanish-American War. We remember heroes such as John Paul Jones, father of the U.S. Navy, Thomas Truxtun, one of the first U.S. Navy captains, and George Dewey, the first and only U.S. officer with the rank of Admiral of the Navy. Forged by the sea, it is this lineage of sacrifice, achievement, and a proud heritage of honor, courage, and commitment that shaped our nation's maritime legacy. The United States Navy stands strong for 250 years and continues to defend and protect our nation into the future across land, sea, and beyond. Happy birthday, Navy.